YouTubeites, welcome into this week's Lords of the Long Box presents the Shaker List from CovrPrice. If you're not familiar, this list comes from our friends at CovrPrice, focusing on new high sales or the most interesting sales found on their exclusive daily Shaker List. This list changes several times every day, so make sure to check it out every day to review some of the hottest trending books on the market. While we are all congregating, JB has a special little treat.
Yeah, we're going to play a little music before we get started, and then we're going to kick the show off with a very cool list from CovrPrice. Shout out to the writers over at CovrPrice, and yeah, let's get it started.
EA Sports. It's in the game. 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 EA Sports. What have I got? EA Sports. Here we go.
Round one, fight! Oh, you get...
I got caught looking
There
at my
you
phone.
have it. Man, that was a long one, too. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm JB, and this is the weekly Shaker Show presented by CovrPrice. Miss Laura, say what's good to the people.
Hi, guys. Yeah, welcome in. Again, I say this every week, but I'm really excited about this list. There's so many random ones, a lot of variety here. I think you guys are going to enjoy it.
Gabe, how you been?
I'm doing great, JB. Thanks for asking. Thanks to everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Sorry for that offer that you might get. There's a few that you might be able to have in your collection, but we'll see. We'll get to it together.
This is over. But before we get started, I did want to mention that you know how we give away books, and if you commented on this last Tuesday's top 10 list, we're going to grab a comment from that show, and we're going to give away a book. But we had to add another little twist. Comic Book Versus is a new channel that Gabe has started, and we need to bump these numbers, people. Only 57 subscribers after our last show. We've dropped the link in the description of this video, and we will give away a book when this channel reaches 100 subscribers. We can do it, folks. The link's in the description. Let's go over there. Pop a quick subscribe. It's going to be fun. We'll let Gabe tell us all about it after the show, and also at the top of the hour, because we are going to be running a tight ship here tonight, head on over to Nearing Nerdvana, where they've got the next episode of Long Story Short, talking about bangers, ghosts, and comic oddities. It's going to be fantastic. I will drop a link in the live chat. Plus, there's a link to the channel in the description. Now, before we get started, let me go one more time. This is the Shakers list. This is a really cool list, and the cool thing I think about it is that it changes every single day. If you've got a subscription to CovrPrice, then you have got to go over into the Shakers list and just peruse it, as we will be doing after this show. Now, this show is also sponsored by our friends over at Bird City Comics. Use the discount code LOTLB to get 15% off your orders over at Bird City Comics, and I think there's another new exclusive maybe popping. What's going on with this one, Laura? You're muted.
Sorry, we just dropped it this week. This is Vampirella versus the Superpowers, done by Anna Marcano. She is, in my opinion, a rising star. Very interesting take. I think this is beautiful. What do you guys think of her?
I think she looks fantastic. I know you're gonna. I've already heard. She maybe has a little pooch right there, but I think it's so sexy. And if you think that's sexy, drop the word exclusive to this text line, and you will be notified when this one drops officially. Make sure you're checking that out. All right, now we've paid the bills. Let's get on with the show. We've got a fantastic one lined up for you, and the intro music was on purpose. Miss Laura, what have we got at number 1 on the list? And by the way, this is alphabetical.
Kind of poetic how this all worked out. So, Adventures of the Super Mario Brothers #1 from Acclaim Valiant in 1990. Super Mario Brothers is on fire. In its third week at the box office, the movie earned $58.2 million and is on pace to be the most lucrative movie of 2023. Couple this with the opening of Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios, and we are seeing a massive amount of money being spent on these books. In fact, Nintendo Power #1 just sold for a mind-blowing $108,000 for a graded 9.8 at Heritage Auction just a week ago. Super Mario Brothers #1 has sold twice this month, with graded 9.8s going for about $2,000 and this one going for about $2,500. Since these books are getting out of range for most collectors, someone decided to drop $1,800 on a graded 9.8 of The Adventures of Super Mario Brothers #1, which is a reprint of Super Mario Brothers #1. It's really hard to say if this is a trend or just a temporary spike, but the Mario Brothers properties have remained popular for over the years and continue to resonate with collectors. So yeah.
Oh, Gabe, come on, man. This is the sweet spot right here, right?
Oh, this is
the nostalgia.
This is where video games really came from. Like, for when it comes down to people our age or anything like that, when you kind of graduated out of Atari, the NES was the machine that sparked video games, and you can't go wrong with Super Mario. Saw a great documentary earlier today about Super Mario Brothers 3.
Wait a minute, that's a shot. If TiVo was here,
Whoa.
by the way, TiVo's on vacation, everybody, but we're gonna make sure we reference it as much as possible. And any reference to a documentary is a shot in our book. If you're playing along with the Lords of the Long Box drinking game at home, good. Tell me about this documentary.
So just about how Super Mario Brothers came around, how Super Mario Brothers 2 came around, how it was different in Japan compared to like the weird kind of remake we got here, and how the fever that hit people with Super Mario Brothers 3. If anybody saw the movie The Wizard and how it debuted there, I remember seeing that at the drive-in as a kid and blew my mind and absolutely needed a copy of Super Mario Brothers 3. And it's great because it also was that really awesome Bird City Comics 8 Billion Genies variant cover based off of that too. So
that's right.
That one, huh? Yeah, I think it's rather brilliant how they keep on revigorating this character too. I mean, the movie's doing so well. They're really hitting all the marks in regards to bringing new people in so that this just keeps growing.
New generation is going to now be following this franchise, and it sky's
what's
the limit.
Next for video games, movies, or comics coming up, right? What are we going to get?
Right,
Zelda. We're going to get some, Metroid. We're going to get some Mega Man, something fun. See what happens.
All right, number 1 on the list today in alphabetical order, we've got Adventures of the Super Mario Brothers, issue number 1 from Acclaim and Valiant from 1990. Number 2 on the list, Gabe, what do we got?
Number 2 is Boys Club number 1 from Tim Goodyear, 2006. We dove into this book in a December 2020 Shakers list, and the world looked drastically different back then. The world has gone on edge, battling a worldwide pandemic while major protests popped up throughout the world. One was especially gripping, the Hong Kong protests, which brought a symbol to the world's attention once again. Pepe the Frog was thrust into the spotlight once more. A hot topic of conversation that sprouted from humble beginnings. First appearing in this book by Matt Fury, Pepe was nothing more than a stoned out frog hanging out with his buddies. It was a feel-good book and passion project of a passionate creator. But then the phenomenon began with internet users co-opting Pepe and turning him into a symbol of anger. Memes of the character spread like wildfire, with Pepe becoming the mascot of numerous controversial groups that led us to the protest and the time frame we covered within this book. At the time, a raw copy was selling for $200, and there's only one copy on the CGC census. It was rare, and we wondered where it would go from there. Well, Pepe seemed to fade as creator Matt Fury began to crusade to regain control of his character Pepe. A documentary, ding ding, that's a shot for everybody. A documentary, Feels Good Man, released detailing his quest, and it appeared to work. The world has quietly forgotten the character until very recently. A crypto token, Pepe, based on the character, came to the crypto sphere and immediately went bananas, rocking into the 6th most valuable coin by market cap. That's an incredible feat, but so is what this book recently went for on the aftermarket. Check this out. A CGC 9.8, one of only 4 on the census, came to market and sold for a whopping $2,100. Wow. That is the only aftermarket sale in our database to go up to 23 raw copies that topped out at $600 back in 2021. This was an incredible, rare, and difficult book to find, with a taboo surrounding it for those who knew what the history of the character was. But with the recent spotlight on Pepe, once again, capitalizing on the fervor was bound to follow.
Yeah,
proof of life. If anybody, I'm seeing a lot of offers so far. Right there, nobody has any of these books so far. A classic Shakers list.
Yeah, another one. You got to tag us if you guys got this book on Instagram.
You know what? We are getting tagged. I think that is phenomenal. By the way, I forgot to mention we are going to have a giveaway at the end of the show on Tuesday, which we'll use the comments from this show. So make sure you are commenting your favorite cover. I doubt it's going to be this one. It could be the next one. At number 2 on our list, Boys Club number 1 from Tim Goodyear, published in 2006. Coming in number 3 on our list, we've got, is this a comic book or what is this? Wow, I don't know.
It's a program book.
This looks cool. All right, we've got Dallas Comic-Con program from 2004. Now, with Mandalorian Season 3 officially fully released, it's now all about Ahsoka and Thrawn. And Ahsoka's market value has been bouncing all over the place over the past several years. While her first appearance in Clone Wars #1 has been climbing its way back up from a market lull, there are her rare satellite covers that remain only in the diehard Ahsoka's collector's line of sight. Well, this 2004 Dallas Comic-Con program is one of them. Featuring the early art of Adam Hughes, this was a must-have for most Ahsoka fans, selling for a high of $475 aftermarket. Now, not many convention attendees keep their programs, as more copies have shown up post Ahsoka's small screen debut. Prices have settled a bit. Yet, this week, a CGC 9.8 sold for the same price as that $475 near mint plus raw sale years ago. Now, it'll be interesting to see if this increases as copies dry up. Note that this is a flip cover featuring Dan Brereton's art of Batman and Harley Quinn. So you might find it out there and, not know you got to flip it over. Another fantastic Ahsoka cover flying under the radar is Star Wars issue number 30 from 2015, the awesome Mile High Mike Diodato cover. So you want to keep an eye out for that one too. I wasn't able to highlight the comments, so I'll go back through them and highlight them while we get any comments from Laura and Gabe. What do you guys think of this one?
This is gorgeous. I mean, hands down, yes, across the board. If you can get a hold of it. Adam Hughes stuff is always a soft spot for me, though.
It checks off all the boxes, right? It's Ahsoka. It's Adam Hughes. It's hard to find. It's sexy.
She's smoking hot in this thing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Let's just say it. This is a hot cover.
She's a smoke show.
Whoa.
For sure.
I wonder if Nemesis, where's my man Nemesis Prime? Is he in the, because I know he's a big collector. All right. At number 3, we've got the Dallas Comic-Con program from 2004. What do we have at number 4 on the list, Laura?
All right. So we got Hack Slash Slice Hard. This is a Tim Seeley cover C. This is before Image was called Image. So we have Devil's Due Publishing in 2006. Hack Slash is a comic book series created by horror writer and artist Tim Seeley. The series follows the exploits of Cassie Hack, a survivor of a brutal horror attack, as she hunts down the monsters that attacked her. Hack Slash got its start as a series of one-shots in 2004 before getting an ongoing series in 2007. A raw copy of the incentive variant for Hack Slash Slice Hard, published in 2006, sold for a record price this week of $200. This is an exceptionally rare book that seldom comes up for sale. There are only 4 copies graded on the CGC census. This is the exact sort of comic that flies under the radar for most collectors, but those that know its value are quick to snatch it up whenever one surfaces.
Yeah, I've never seen this book before. Gabe, have you ever seen this book before?
I haven't seen this cover before, but I know of Hack Slash. Hack Slash is a pretty fun book if you like horror stuff.
Or Jenny Prison.
Oh yeah, but I've never seen this cover before. It's one of those things that just it's a ghost. It keeps when they show up, it's a $200 book, so that's awesome.
I feel like this is something that King of the Golden State probably found in a dollar box somewhere. I'm just saying.
At a swap meet or something ridiculous.
Right, knowing him. All right, at number 4, we've got Hack Slash Slice Hard, the Tim Seeley cover C, Devil's Due, originally published in 2006. What do we have at number 5, Gabe?
Number 5, we got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 2, number 1, the Gani Mondes IDW, from IDW Boom Nickelodeon staff exclusive, from Boom Studios in 2022.
That's officially the longest title I've ever seen, right?
Yeah, it was definitely a word soup right there for sure.
Well done, Gabe.
Yeah. Shout out and much love to everybody at IDW right now, too. Hot dang, this book is a ghost. But if you're a fan of the recent Ninja Turtle Power Ranger crossover, it may have just vaulted to the top of your must-acquire list. Ninja Turtles Power Rangers Volume 2, number 1 saw 51 variant covers, including the second print. And this must be the rarest of them. Only members of IDW, Boom Studios, or Nickelodeon staff can get this rare virgin variant featuring Shredder, holding his Dark Dragon style helmet. Typically, when that situation arises, we see at least a few books reaching the aftermarket. In this instance, we have seen exactly 2 sales that have occurred this year. In February, a reported raw near mint copy sold for $450. Now, 2 months later, another raw near mint copy hit the market and sold for $563. That's a 25% jump in price, and it's impressive when the fact that so few people even know this book exists is taken into consideration. When looking for rarities, employee exclusives are absolutely the ones to chase down. Whenever another book inevitably does reach the market, we'll be sure to highlight it, as it will hit a new record.
Yeah, this does kind of feel like cheating. I know the chat's like, what the hell? This is
Oh no. That's when we always get the crazy exclusive mail-in given out to employees, recalled, was forgotten
Handed out in a
distribution. I love that. That's
movie.
what makes the show quirky, having all this weird stuff. Plus, every time a top 10 list goes off and people get good scores on that, the next Shakers list is gonna bust you. I'm telling you, and that's what this one is. This one's an over.
We got to keep it balanced.
Got to keep it balanced. All right, at number 5, we've got deep breath. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TMNT 2, number 1, the Joni Montez staff exclusive, originally published in 2022 from Boom Studios.
Nice.
At number 6, we've got, what is this one? All right, we've got, this is good knowledge right here. Pizzazz, issue number 1, originally published in 1977 from guess who? Marvel Comics. Now, Pizzazz was a short-lived music and movie magazine aimed at teenagers. It was published by none other than Marvel Comics from 1977 to 1979 and ran for a whopping 16 issues. Now, the magazine featured wide-ranging articles from interviews with the president's daughter, Jimmy Carter's daughter, that is, Amy, to featuring magic tricks. Yet, the highlight of this magazine were a series of serialized Star Wars comics included in each issue, lasting all the way until issue number 16. This first issue actually precedes the Marvel adapted comic books and therefore contains the very first comic appearance, well, in a magazine anyway, of Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, 3PO, and R2-D2. Now, the series was written by Roy Thomas and drawn by Howard Chaykin and Tony DeZinga. The first issue also features a C-3PO and R2-D2 prominently on the cover, albeit with a terrible joke, and can be very tough to find, especially in high grade. Even with a new high sale this week of $399 for a CGC 9.6, it still feels kind of undervalued. All right, let's read this joke. It says it's Darth Vader with the ultimate weapon, a can opener. Oh,
Womp, womp, womp.
That was cute.
What do you guys think of magazines being on the list? Let me go back up here and highlight some of these offers.
Hey, if preview magazines can show up, like with Miles Morales or Spawn and Malibu Sun, then sure, we can go ahead and count, magazines as first appearances. Same with a lot of stuff like with Wizard magazines. There's some first appearances in there as well. So, everybody wants to dig in deeper, or everybody always looking for that niche of a niche of a niche. So it works.
Yeah, think about that though. A 9.6 in a magazine from 1977 at a kid's magazine.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough. At number 6, Pizzazz, issue number 1. Originally published in 1977 from Marvel Comics. Oh, Laura, I'm glad you got this next one. Show me what's going on with number 7.
Yeah, I always like it when I get titles that I've read thoroughly and I'm familiar with. So we got Radiant Black number 1 from 2021. The Kyle Higgins, Brian Buccellato duo has no one number 1 back in our top 10 list this week. As such, their franchise launch of Radiant Black number 1 carved a spot on our Shakers list as well. As part of the Higgins massive verse, the world building Higgins has already built in just 2 years since this issue. It's, massive. First, it's exceptionally difficult to create any world building series in today's comic market, let alone have each one sustainable and successful. Yet, with 7 direct titles, including Radiant Black, Rogue Sun, Radiant Red, The Dead Lucky, Radiant Pink, Infernal Girl Red, and No One, the fandom building around this new Image universe is hard to ignore. While Cowl was retroactively established as the first Massiverse title, make sure you check out the second print, it truly was launched off Radiant Black #1. This was the make it or break it issue that the franchise has been built around. Yet with this quick and clear success, Radiant Black #1 and its variants are still very affordable. Celebrity fans like Rachel Lee Cook and Patton Oswalt are now involved, creating an in-universe podcast. This first issue introduces Nathan Burnett as Radiant Black and Marshall, who later becomes the second Radiant Black, a first cameo appearance of Radiant Red, and a preview of Inferno Girl Red, aka Dragon Girl Red. This key issue managed to hit an all-time high sale of $689 this week for, wait for it, a CGC 9.9. In comparison, 9.8s have fair market values of a mere $55. What's odd is the growing raw near mint value of $19. There are currently 720 other ranks on the census, with an eerie 666 copies at 9.8. But this is the only 9.9 yet to be revealed. There you go. Again,
what do you
very
think?
cool.
Gabe, have you read this one? I've read this series.
I haven't gotten into
this. This isn't just a series. This is a whole new
it's a
universe.
whole beast.
This is a whole, the foundation that they lay. It can be special. I think there's an opportunity for this to branch off into lots of cool stuff.
I'm surprised $9.50.
And people in the chat have had this. By the way, there is quite a rivalry brewing in our live chat. If you are watching on the rewind, you may want to turn the live chat on because we've got quite a little rivalry in the chat going on.
Knife fight that's going to happen in there.
Good stuff.
Breaking bottles.
All right, at number 7, we've got Radiant Black, issue number 1, originally published in 2021 from Image. Gabe, what do we got at number 8?
All right, number 8 is great. She-Hulk number 12.
So beautiful.
The Jae-Hung Lee Virgin 1 in 100 Marvel Comics 2023. Here's a recent entry that's already shaking the market and seems to have a firm hold on a growing market value. With the good girl art trend now firmly established, not only among collectors, it's not so easy these days to have a standout cover move in the aftermarket. Seemingly every week there are a myriad of choices, and with so many eye-scanning previews, it can be a challenge to find an opportunity that others might be missing out on. This She-Hulk number 12 Virgin variant by Jae-Hung Lee is just such an opportunity. Knockout art, a collected artist with an imbibed style, a character that is getting sustained but not spotlight attention, and last but not least, a higher ratio. How many retailers are ordering 100 copies of She-Hulk this deep into the run in order to get this book? Hard to say, but my LCS didn't come close. In any case, let's get physical. She-Hulk is hitting a good round number of doubles. With all sales from March forward, except for a visibly damaged book that sold for $128, this is going for $175 plus, and a new high sale achieved this week of $245. Looking at incoming and current eBay listings versus where this book is clearing, it just doesn't look like there are a ton of them out there. And those who have them are unwilling to let them go. A new classic a la Supergirl Legion of Superheroes 23? Well, time will tell. What do you guys think? You think this is going to be a classic like that Supergirl cover?
I don't know.
Maybe
this
not
is one of my
strong,
favorites
but
of the
it's
show
beautiful.
so far.
Yeah, it's
What do you
beautiful.
think?
It really is.
It's a nice cover for sure.
Definitely. By the way, I just dropped the link for the live chat, but there's a little extra something special we need you to do for us. Not only do we need a comment on this Tuesday's top 10 list to be entered into today's giveaway, but we're trying to bump the numbers. We got to get comic book verses up there. And what I've done is I dropped the link. By the way, it's in the description of the show, but I'm going to drop it for the live chat here. If you guys can just pop on over here to Comic Book Versus, Gabe starting a new channel, and we were trying to bump those numbers. 52
Thanks for everybody and all the support so far. I didn't believe
52. We're gonna be doing some
time to get this going soon.
Fun stuff over there, and you're definitely not gonna want to miss that. Go subscribe to Comic Book Versus. Gabe's got a new channel, so that's gonna be fun. All right, let me go back here. Hide that. What were we on? I think this is probably my favorite cover of the show so far. If it's your favorite cover, make sure you are commenting on that after the show. At number 8, She-Hulk, issue number 12, the Ji Young Lee Virgin 1 in 100 variant. All right. At number 9, what have I think I got number 9. I didn't even look at number 9. What do we got? Ooh. At number 9, we've got Spider-Gwen, issue number 4, the Campbell variant, originally published in 2017. Now, Spider-Gwen has appeared a few times on the Shakers list, as the Edge of Spider-Verse 2 Land variant has been one of the modern holy grails. J. Scott Campbell has also been a favorite on the Shakers list, and combined with a new J. Scott Campbell has also been a favorite on the Shakers list, and combined with a new character in the name of Gwenom, this book has caught collectors' eyes. Historically, first appearances of characters featured on retailer and artist exclusives have not commanded a huge premium in the aftermarket, but we are seeing that that's starting to change. There were 4 different exclusives that Campbell produced for this issue, but this one right here, featuring Gwenom, commands the highest price. A raw copy sold earlier this month for $215. But what puts this book on the radar is the record-breaking sale of a graded 9.8 for $522.50 on April 23rd. Now, Campbell has been in the game for a long time, and there seems to be no stopping his fans, as well as Spider-Gwen fans, from dropping big bucks on these keys. I love his stuff, but I had to unsubscribe because I was spending way too much money on his stuff.
Are we
so good though? Like they're good.
Are we sure this is a J. Scott Campbell cover? Because his name's on the
no, it says right there.
Times.
You can see that. It only says on it only says on there 3 times, and then the certificate of authenticity is no joke either.
I don't love that. Like, do we need that little like hologram of his name on there? I think we could take that off.
No, it's too much. It's too.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't need the exclusive and the hologram of the exclusive, and then what? Isn't your signature up in here too?
The signature is on there. There's a watermark, and then there's another like
the watermark
signature watermark on it.
But take all of that stuff off. This is a nice cover. He knows how to draw the ladies. I just don't know if she's proportional though. Look at that leg thigh combination. I don't know.
It's a nice cover. It's pretty and all, but it's not what you would think of J. Scott Campbell drawing like beautiful women, because she's a little too covered up, right? Like it's all just a black suit and a black jacket and a black hoodie.
Oh, Gwen.
Not enough skin.
Not enough. No, I think we got more of his name than we have skin on this cover for sure.
I agree. I think it had potential, but he kind of just went a little overboard. Like, take off 1 or 2 of them, and it would be a lot stronger.
All right. Everybody, at number 9, we've got Spider-Gwen, issue number 4, the Campbell variant, originally published in 2017. We've only got 1 left. Make sure you're subscribing to that channel. Make sure you're dropping a comment. We're going to give away a book. And then after that, we're going to see what's shaking, and we're going to be off right on time at the top of the hour, because we got a show coming up right behind us. Go check out Nearing Nerdvana at the top of the hour. I'll drop a link in the live chat for those of you who are in the live chat. All right, the last one on the list. Laura, take us home.
All right, so this one's kind of cool. Again, I want to see proof of life if anybody has this. Wheel of Time number 0, Mike Miller. This is the previews exclusive by Dabble Brothers Productions in 2009. The legendary Robert Jordan began his epic quest in the year 1990, delivering to the masses the beginning of his series, The Wheel of Time. It has become one of the most popular of all time, with a massive fan base growing around it as they fell in love with the complex world. Jordan could not only captivate audiences with his words, but the man was prolific, cranking out 11 books of the 14-book series. Jordan would unfortunately pass in 2007, at which time writer Brandon Sanderson completed the final 3. But before that came to pass, Jordan sold the film, video game, comic book, and television rights to Red Eagle Entertainment in 2004. Dabble Brothers began a comic adaptation in 2005 of the prelude book New Spring before production issues derailed the project. That's where this book comes in. When Dabble Brothers launched the project once more, adapting the first book in the series, The Eye of the World. To celebrate this book, a preview showcasing the first 10 pages was available to download or buy via the Dynamite website. This preview exclusive was extremely limited, with an unknown print run. There are only 19 copies on the CGC census, 7 of which are 9.8s. One of those copies recently came to market, the only one in our database, and sold for a respectable $599. The premium on graded comics is quite drastic. As reported, near mint raw copies sold for about $135 back in 2021. Still, for such an epic series, and especially a rare variant of the preview issue selling for a sum like this is incredible. When you have a fan base like the Wheel of Time, they're willing to pay a pretty penny to secure a historic piece about the series. This sounds like a Gabe book to me. Gabe, have you read this?
I have no idea about anything about this book.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't know anything about Wheel of Time. I never read Wheel of Time. That's more of a Manimal question. He's big into Wheel of Time.
I'm muted.
Oh, sorry, JB. What were you going to say?
No, I wanted to make sure that I dropped the link. Make sure everyone subscribes to Comic Book Versus, and then drop your comment on last Tuesdays. There's the link in there for the live chat. We got 102 with us. Considering we got the NFL draft going on right now, these are good numbers. I appreciate everybody who's hanging out with us. As far as this, I'm reading some of the chat. I have no idea about this book. I've never heard of it, but someone has said this rivals Tolkien. Really?
Yeah, there's a spinoff of this. It's like, I think it's called The Eye of something. Somebody in the chat will know. That one I've read.
I bet TiVo stayed up late at night and has seen a documentary about this.
About the Wheel of Time. Maybe. I'll have to ask him when he gets back. Hey, Audie read the whole series. That's impressive.
There you go. Oh, well, there it is. We should have had Manimal on for this episode. He's a huge Wheel of Time fan. Excellent, excellent. Well, that's our list, everybody. We're going to do some seamless transitioning over here, and it's going to take me just a second because I wasn't ready, because now I can see how hard it is to sit in this chair. It's not that easy to sit in this chair. I don't even
the head that wears the crown is heavy.
It is. We'll go over here. You know what we'll do first? I guess we'll see what's shaking first, which will give me a chance to
a lot of people in the chat saying this is a ghost book that nobody can ever seem to find.
Bam! Look at that seamless transition.
Perfect.
All right.
Now we can see what JB has in his collection.
Yeah, now we can see what I've got in my collection. We've got the Shakers list here, and like we mentioned, this actually changes every day. So if you have a full membership to the Shakers list, you can start to dive into here, and I'm going to navigate it just a little bit different than TiVo normally does. He loves the one section. I like the section right below it. So we'll break down some of these books. Yes, I do have a 181. I actually won it from that Spider-Man booth. Shout out to them. That was craziness. I did have a giant size X-Men one, but I got rid of it because I was not happy with it.
I have an FF one. Glad to see that ticking up a little bit.
Woo, man. I've been talking to my wife about the investment of an FM1, and she's not feeling that as
it's an undervalued
investment.
Book, I think. So just wait till that movie gets announced officially and cast and stuff like that. You'll start seeing that book explode.
It looks like the price on these are coming down, these Edge of Spider-Verse, but let's get into this second row here and see what's going on. Look at all this beautiful DC old from 1944.
I love chessboard books too. This is something I collect. I can't collect this one, but I do like them.
You gotta love that Dick Sprang artwork. Which is the coolest name in comic books.
Dick Sprang.
Look at the characters on the board are actually Batman, Joker, and Robin.
Batman's playing with himself.
Batman. What's going on with this one? There was a CGC 6.5 that sold yesterday for $3,558. Now he loves this section. I like to slide right down into this section right. There's the highest known value, but there's the raw comic sales because I'm you might find it out there in the raw world, and when you find
Raws
a
are
low grade one,
Raws are
not
taking
bad.
over like graded books these days. It seems like
what's that?
Just in general, it seems like Raws are getting like bigger prices these days. People are really going for raw books.
I don't know. I feel like I'm trending towards I'd rather have a raw book nowadays instead of a
good presser, and you have somebody that you trusted knock it up a bit. Why not?
Be able to
if you can
flip
trust
through
your,
it, that
your
old
own ability
comic
to
smell.
grade,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you can trust your own grading ability, then you can go for raw. That's the thing that's difficult. Is older books like this. For me, I try to get graded. Just so it's hard for me to figure out if it's been like restored or trimmed, stuff like that. It's hard for me to detect in my eye.
All right. Is anybody else in the chat mentioning any books that they want to see? Because I can't see both while I'm doing this part.
No, keep rolling.
No, we'll slide down. Oh, you knew
that's
we were
my grill. That's one of my grills.
You know we were gonna come here and check out the crime suspense stories.
2.0 for almost $3,000.
If I had $3,000, I'd drop it.
So it's a key, and this is classic Johnny Craig pre-code horror decapitation cover referenced during the William Gaines cross-examination during the Senate Subcommittee on Juvenile Delinquency in 1954. That's some knowledge. Last recorded sale, $2,900 for a CGC 2.0. And the most common grade in this thing is a 1.5 to 2.5.
Yeah, these books are tough
Look
to
at
find.
this cover.
Well, this is like I said, this is one of the books that they used for the hearing, and that brought down comic books. We almost lost the industry because of stuff like this.
Different way of owning history. Then you're not just owning the history aspect, like literally, you also have some background. That makes it really that's neat. I like it.
Trying to highlight a few of the comments. I can't do both. Then we'll go back to over here.
I'm looking at what people are talking about in the chat. Someone's talking about the Turtles and Rising Stars #1, which is interesting. I don't know what that is.
Did I miss it? Tales to Astonish 35. What's going on with this? From 1962, first appearance of Ant-Man in costume in Tales to Astonish 35. Just had a sale on a CGC 7.0 for $3,000. Hot damn. Now check out these raw sales. So in a fair pour, low grade, you can probably get one for $100. It's the FMV of a real low grade one.
If you like that low grade, sure.
Hey, low grade's better than no grade. You got to have a grade to get in the game. Shout out Tony Sanders. All right, what do we got here? Classic covers, giant size X-Men, Flash. Hey, what about the Flash? I think that you think it's going to heat up. I mean, all the feedback coming out of this screening has been phenomenal.
It already is heating up. A lot of these are already going up because of that. The trailer was so good.
This is the first Silver Age appearance of the Golden Age Flash, Jay Garrick, the origin of Jay Garrick and Barry Allen, and the first mention of Earth 2, the first Silver Age appearance of Shade, and it just sold yesterday in a CGC 5.5 for $1,600. Wow, that's a big book, man. Flash 123.
That seems like a pretty cheap price for such a historic book.
I wonder how that trends for slab wise here.
Look at even like a 7 is like $2,600, which isn't. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not like stupid money.
Yeah, you get a 6.5, save a little money.
$700 for that half point,
right? For the half a grade. All right, down here. Oh yes, I do own 5 copies of Ultimate Fallout 4.
$1,600 for a 9.8. What was it at its peak?
Back in $4,000.
Was it 4?
No, I think it was all the way up to 4. Let's take a look at it, just so I can start to cry a little bit. First appearance Miles Morales. It's still good money. So the highest known sale was $44.99.
About a year ago.
$44.99 in April of 2022. And look at it now. Wah, wah.
I had a 9.6 of this, and I got rid of it when it was like a $1,200 book or something.
That was the way
Good,
to
smart.
go.
Yeah,
That was the way.
you
to
seen
go.
it
Now
dipping.
things-
I'm like, I gotta get out of this thing.
Now, do you think it's going to bounce, or you think this is where it should have been the whole time? I'd love to get that question answered in the chat. If you're watching us on the Rewind, Ultimate Fallout 4, is this where it belongs, or is this a dip and it's going to bounce back? Comment below after the show. I'd love to hear what your comments are.
I think the market got flooded at one point where these things were just everywhere. It wasn't that like hard of a book to find or in high grade. This Chamber of Chills is amazing. Blonde hair, red dress.
Blonde hair,
Love it.
red dress. Yeah, this is a classic cover too.
Half
I'm
dead,
surprised it's
smoking
not
a
a
cigarette.
key just for being such a classic cover. This sold yesterday raw dog for $1,500. Considering that the common raw of a 1.5, it must have been like falling apart.
It said
Good
no
Lord.
grade, so it's probably could have been missing the cover or part of the cover or something.
Look at the numbers on these things. Wow. Wow, that's a big book. Man, wouldn't it be nice to just fall into one of those? Ugh. All right, next up, we've got. I'm not going to get into that story, but when I was a
X-Men
kid, I'm
94?
telling you, man, when I was a kid, this was the book.
This is the start of the
When I was a
Claremont run.
kid, this was the book. It was not Giant Size X. Giant Size X-Men was a gimmick. It was this book.
This is the return of X-Men. The title
Yeah,
returned
first
after
appearance
like
of the new team
4 or 5
entitled,
years.
second appearance of Colossus, Nightcrawler, Storm, Thunderbird, third appearance of Wolverine, and this just sold in a VF Raw for $1,500. Nice.
I remember these
Highest
used to be
known
cheap books,
sale,
dude.
$66,000 in a 9.8. Compare that to Giant Size in a 9.8. So let's look at that. Highest known sale is $66,000 for number 94. But if we look up at Giant Size right here, what's
What?
the highest known sale in a
95,000.
9.8?
Oh,
72,000.
Hmm.
Man, big money, no whammy.
Just wait till the X-Men show up. That thing is gonna
Big money.
blow up. I think there's a lot of space on that book.
What's up with the peanuts?
no, it's cute.
We talked about this. 4-color. 4-color
Mm.
878. No? Is that the first Snoopy? It didn't say key on there.
No, it's just an innocent little classic cover.
Just an innocent
Might
little
be just a
classic.
Peanuts
Someone
collector.
dropped $1,400 on it. What do you think of this one?
Oh, and Michael
Oh.
Turner's awesome.
Is that Michael
Great.
Turner?
A 9.9. That seems like a pretty decent deal. It was $1,300, right?
9.9, $1,300
bad.
yesterday. Reprints.
What does it reprint?
Amazing.
Post.
Oh, sorry. I'll get back in there. Reprints post-crisis reintroduction of Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl. Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Can't go wrong with Turner.
Can't
Rest
go
in
wrong
peace.
with Turner.
Look at that Batman cover.
I
Look at
feel
that
like-
Batman cover.
This one. Look at this.
Them sledding down the hill on their own bat sled
He's got Butler on the back. Look at him.
with his bowler hat.
The bowler hat. Hold on to your bowler hat. Key first appearance of Batman 3000, Brain and Robin 3000. Ricky, I've never heard of this. From 1944. What the hell is this?
Robin with his bare legs out in the snow.
CGC
kind of weird kink is that?
5.0 for $1,250, and the highest known value $6,600. What's going on with the raws here? You can get a low grade for low grade maybe $100 back in 2018. Okay, maybe $300.
It depends on the cover. Like if it's all messed up to me,
Definitely.
if all that
Look at that
it's
black.
hard.
It's gonna be spine ticked to shit.
Oh,
even
it's
the
gonna be
photo we
beat
have
up.
here is all like
Look at this photo. I mean, yeah, that's the best photo they could find.
probably like
huh?
a 6.
All right, giant size defenders.
Look at this
Uncanny
Fantastic Four
X-Force.
popping up on the list.
A lot of Fantastic Four on
Yeah.
this list. This is a great cover. Man, this is a great cover.
I love this cover because that Daredevil on the cover was drawn in his original suit by Jack Kirby, and Raleigh Wood had to correct it.
Look at
the red
you.
suit.
I love it when look at
How do you
Gabe
know
dropping the
that? How do
knowledge
you
on the
know
chat.
that? How do you,
Look at
retain
Gabe
that?
dropping the knowledge on this chat.
That was
I love
impressive.
it.
That was
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's one of the first early appearances of the red suit after Daredevil 7.
Wow. Highest known value, $7,700 on a CGC 9.8. But hey, look at this. You can get this one raw and fine for about $125.
Yeah, this is a great book to have. I just love that overlooming doom, and then of course that little Bollywood
definitely.
anecdote.
Yeah, a lot of fantastic.
It's coming up, man. It's coming up. And those books are
Look at that. Look, I got one of
everybody.
those. Got one of those.
I got a 50. Yep. I don't have a Silver Surfer 4 though.
What's up with this?
You don't? I would imagine you'd have a couple of them.
I got a couple of Silver Surfer.
I have I have a Silver Surfer. I love these Phantom books. These Phantom books
and
the Lee Falk art on here are so cool.
See, the only problem is I can't highlight all the cool comments that are coming in when I'm doing this. See, that's why TiVo gave me the little keys to the car here, so that when he's doing that, I can highlight comments.
Well, we've read John Venezuela's comment for like 15 minutes now, so he's.
Why didn't you say something?
I thought you knew. It was just.
No.
There you go.
You guys gotta tell me.
Oh, it's been up there for a while.
You guys gotta tell me. I can't see this screen when I'm doing the other screen.
Oh, see, okay.
Yeah, I can't see this screen when I'm doing the other screen. So let me pop up, show some of these. Oh, showcase with Green Lantern. Okay. Look at House of Mystery 236. I think I did that one. It's a dip. Yeah. Mine. Doom is always looming. You. All right. Sorry, I take that off there. Let me go back. Finish this up. You know what? You know what else we're gonna do? What
about that Rhino? That should be blowing up with him showing up in the Kraven movie, right?
Which one?
Rhino. That Amazing Spider-Man 34.
I have that
42?
too.
41.
41.
Yeah, I have that in the other room.
First appearance of Rhino, sold a raw copy in the VF range for $990. Highest known sales, 15 grand. But I like to be in this chart right here on the left, because if you run into a raw one, see, you can get a VG for about $250, a fine for $450. It's not bad. It's not bad. VF though, high grade 12-cent Spider-Man or where it's at.
Can't go wrong with those books.
Can't go wrong. I'm probably going to cut the list short because I want to give away a book after we check how many subscribers Comic Book Versus has.
What was that when we started?
It's got 68. Oh, we might not be giving a book away today.
One more, and I can say 69 really loud. It'd be great.
Yeah, you can say, come on, let's get one more.
You can't say 68, dude.
On Comic Book Versus, there is a link in the description below so we can get this channel to 69. What did we start? Nah, we only got 12. Oh, we got 104 people in here. I got the link in the description, and we can't get this channel 30 people to subscribe to it. You know what, Gabe? Tell us what's going to be going on with this channel.
All right. Yeah. So Comic Book Versus is, I'm going to be doing, there's going to be 2 really fun shows that I'm going to be popping off on scene once I get all my equipment and background stuff up and running. So I'm going to be doing a Wizards comparison of the price guides for the top 10 books in a Wizard magazine from the 90s. So I'm taking a look at those top 10 books, see what they were selling for and like speculating at back then. And then I'm going to use CovrPrice to see what the sales data looks like for those same top 10 books happening now. So it's a very cool versus then versus now of top 10 Wizard comic books. Then I'm also going to be doing live shows of Comic Book Versus, which is going to be a throwdown show between 2 other collectors and a theme. Like, say the theme is going to be Spider-Man, and we're going to have 3 different rounds. So the first round would be like variant cover, so they could throw up their favorite Spider-Man variant cover. And then say the second round is going to be Todd McFarlane, so everybody can just throw up their favorite Todd McFarlane related Spider-Man cover, whether it's adjectiveless Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man or maybe an homage. So if it's, say if it's me and JB, I'll throw up one cover, talk about how much I love it and what I appreciate about it and what I bring it up for, and then JB will take a turn and bring up his book and chat it up too. So it's going to be all about love of comics. If you know anything about me, I love comic book history. I'll be dropping comic book history throughout the time on the live streams and stuff like that. So definitely check it out there, folks. Thanks for everybody for all the subscribing and all the support. I am looking for people. If you want to do a versus and a battle, this seems to be a battle in myself, is trying to get things scheduled and get 2 people put together to do it. So you can always hit me up on Instagram at Gabe Loves 90s Comics. if you want to throw it up, and if you not throw it up, that sounds terrible. Sorry, I don't want anybody to upchuck anything, but if you go on and do a cool little battles of a
folks.
theme, I got a Star Wars one happening in the background. I got a couple people interested in that. So it's endless amount of themes, endless amount of fun, endless amount of comic book history going down.
There you go.
Boom.
Thank you for that, Gabe.
Thank you.
Then also at the top of the hour, like right now, I'm gonna actually pull the comment. So we are gonna pull the comment from last Tuesday's show. So let me get that set up real quick, and then we will send you on over to Nearing Nerdvana. I'll drop the link for that one too.
Oh yeah,
this one loaded up.
Show.
I love the Michael Turner cover you guys have for your description this week. More Michael Turner love. Can't go wrong with that.
I agree. I actually haven't even looked at what they have planned. The guys run that show on their own. That's Ben and Yee and Carter, and Red Hood is over there a lot too. And
55. I'm not sharing the screen. I got to share the screen.
I
almost ran it without sharing the screen. That wouldn't have worked, right?
We're really not good at keeping letting you know what's up. Yeah.
Seamless.
This is all freestyle, everybody.
Freestyle. See, this is what happens when TiVo goes on vacation. It's not as easy as it looks. All right, random comment picker.
Back there, JB.
I'm going to go ahead and share this one now. The random comment picker is up. I've got 55 comments, and what we're going to do is we're going to give away a comic book. So let's go over here and turn that. Boom, Gabe TV.
And just so you guys know, we kind of changed the rules a little here. Instead of reaching out to Bird City if you win, reach out to TiVo, because we're just basically
reach out to TiVo.
Massive amounts of books.
Yeah,
and then
reach out to TiVo because he's got a bunch of books. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this winner. Thank you guys, everybody who tuned in tonight. Make sure you comment your favorite cover or any comment on tonight's show when it ends to be entered into next Tuesday's giveaway. And make sure you're subscribing to both Nearing Nerdvana and Comic Book Versus and all the other channel partners of the Lords of the Long Box. They're all listed in the description. All right, let's see who's going to be taking home this new comic book. We've got Ben Compton with Ben Compton with you. Ready? I hope I win. Congratulations.
He's a time traveler.
You did win, Ben Compton. Please reach out to TiVo and get your free comic book. Laura, would like to say goodbye to the people.
Yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. We'll be back on Tuesday with the weekly top 10. So make sure you check us out then, and make sure you're following all the guys on Instagram if you're not already. These two put up some really cool content, so they deserve the follow.
Gabe.
All right, everybody, thanks again for showing up. Everybody enjoying the offer list. Hit me up on Instagram. Gabe loves 90s comics. And I'll be at Amazing Las Vegas Comic-Con this Saturday, too. So if you're in Vegas, you going to the con? Yeah, I'll hang out with Anthony. I'll let him know what's up. We'll go to a strip club or something.
Perfect.
Nice. And as always, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We're really trying to get to 8,000 subscribers. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure you're following Bird City and using our discount code of LOTLB. And if you're not subscribed to CovrPrice, and for less than the price of a McRib, you can have access to all this fantastic information. And that's it for today's show. As always, don't forget we had a great effing time. That's what somebody wanted me to say. So there you go. I said it. That's it.
Perfect.
Oh, TiVo, keep digging them long boxes. Peace.
The world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
shall know that the Lord is
Shake and bake and pull it back.
in this. You shall know that the Lord is in this. You shall know that the Lord is
Go on and get some, boy. Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
in this. You shall know that the Lord is
What's in the box?